Hare Krishna, we continue reading from Bhagavad Gita as it is. We are on chapter 6, Dhyan Yoga. We have been reading the text 22 to 23. We already started reading the purport by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada, and we'll continue reading it, where Krishna is saying that the yogi, the perfect yogi, is in samadhi, and because he's in samadhi, he's already seeing the Paramatma within the heart, and he does not need anything else. He's feeling this happiness, as we just read in Caitanya Caritamrta, that Krishna is the reservoir of all happiness. All the happiness that one can, the bliss that one can feel is because Krishna has it. So that when we contact Krishna, automatically we will feel this bliss. And the perfect yogi, because he's seeing Krishna in the heart, so he is joyous and he's rejoicing himself, he's relishing, he is experiencing transcendental happiness. And because he's already seeing the Supreme Lord, he does not want anything material. He is not interested in anything material anymore. So continuing to read, after nirvana or material cessation, there is the manifestation of spiritual activities or devotional service to the Lord known as Krishna consciousness. So one might think that, okay, liberation, nirvana, means now I can go to sleep. Now I don't need to do anything. Now I'm liberated. So, we might think, oh, I need to do some activity is only because till the time I'm in the body. It's only because I'm in this material body that I need to do some activity. But once I get liberated, I don't have a material body anymore. I'm in the, in the spiritual world. I've already understood I'm the soul. We think, oh, I don't need to do anything. I can just sleep there or not exist. No, we think that way is because, again, we have the wrong conception. We are thinking that activity belongs to the body, but it does not. We are thinking that consciousness belongs to the body, but that's not true, because a dead body can't move. And a dead body does not have consciousness. We cut it, we burn it, we, bury it. It has no consciousness. So consciousness is with the soul. Activity is with the soul. So our true life begins from the point of liberation. Nirvana or liberation is actually the platform of beginning our true activities, the activities of the soul, which are called spiritual activities or devotional service, acting in Krishna consciousness. So that's the reason Krishna says that pure devotional service begins from the liberated platform. Pure devotional service begins from the liberated platform. When the soul has understood, I am a part and parcel of God. I am not this body. I am a soul. I have an eternal duty to God. I have an eternal activity in relation to God. And when one acts in that, that is pure devotional service. In the words of the Bhagavatam, Sarupena Vyavastitihi, this is the real life of the living entity. That is our real life. Maya or illusion is the condition of spiritual life contaminated by material infection. Liberation from this material infection does not mean destruction of the original eternal position of the living entity. So what is this right now? We are thinking that we are the body. We are thinking we are so-and-so, belonging to so-and-so company, I'm saying, family, belonging to so-and-so country, society, whatever, that means this is Maya, this is illusion. We have forgotten that we are eternal souls, that we have an eternal relationship with God. And we have forgotten that, and we are thinking I'm the body, and so I have this particular set of duties that I need to do. This is our material infection. So once we give up this material, when we are liberated, it does not mean that we, the soul, don't exist anymore. No, we continue to exist. We continue. Krishna says the soul can never be killed, never destroyed, never be withered by the wind. We are eternal. That's what we have to understand. That eternality is with the soul. The consciousness is with the soul. Individuality is with the soul, not the body. Patanjali also accepts this by his words, Kaivalyam. I'm sorry. Kaivalyam Swarupa Pratishtha Va Chiti Shaktir Iti. This Chiti Shakti, Chitte, should be Chit. Anyway, Chit Shakti or transcendental pleasure is real life. Real life. That is real life. We think when we are sleeping in the night and we dream, so that's a dream. And when we wake up in the morning, from morning till night, till the time we go back to sleep again, we think that is real life. We think, but that's not our real life. That's not who we truly are. That's not, because imagine, now we are thinking this is my real life. Today I die. And then I take up another body. And then what I do during the day, then I think that is my real life. But what's happening? Then again, I give up that body. Then again, I take up another body. And then again, I think that's a real life. But is that real then? No, no. Real life is when I'm situated in my position as the soul and I engage in activities on that platform. That is real life. Understanding I'm part and parcel of Krishna. I have eternal servant of Krishna. I have certain activities I am that I need to do, and acting on that platform. That is real life. This is like, we see the actor. We see one particular actor in one movie. He's acting in some way. And then in another movie, he's a hero, another he's a villain, another he is like an old man. But then who is he really? Is he the hero or the villain or the old man? No, these are just his acting. He's a different person by himself. So this is what we in this body are actually acting according to the body that we are put in. And we think that is real life, but that's not the truth. That's not the truth. And we need to be situated in the truth. We need to be situated in the truth. What is the truth? What is my true position? And so we need to hear and chant. The more we hear and chant, then it will become clear to us. This is confirmed in the Vedanta Sutra 1.1.12 as Ananda Mayobhyasat. This natural transcendental pleasure is the ultimate goal of yoga and is easily achieved by execution of devotional service or bhakti yoga. Bhakti yoga will be vividly described in the 7th chapter of Bhagavad Gita. So Ananda Mayobhyasat, Ananda Mayobhyasat, that is our natural position, and easily we can get it when we engage in bhakti yoga. That is the ultimate goal of yoga, as we just said, that the yogi feels transcendental pleasure. He's, seeing the Lord. But what happens is it takes a long time, as we said yesterday. We do not have a long time in this life. We may think, oh, wow, what do you mean long time? It's such a long life I have. Yeah, but this life is going off like a flash. We barely live even 100 years. And however old we are now, how all these years have passed away, it's gone. Right? So in the yoga system as described in this chapter, there are two kinds of samadhi called sampragyata samadhi and asampragyata samadhi. When one becomes situated in the transcendental position by various philosophical researchers, he is said to have achieved sampragyata samadhi. In the asampragyata samadhi, there is no longer any connection with mundane pleasure, for one is then transcendental to all sorts of happiness derived from the senses. When the yogi is once situated in that transcendental position, he is never shaken from it. Unless the yogi is able to reach this position, he is unsuccessful. So samadhi is two kinds, sampragyata and asampragyata. So sampragyata is by getting liberated by philosophy, trying to understand with the mind, trying to understand with the mind what is spirit, what is matter, liberating ourselves with the help of the mind through some philosophical researches. It's a temporary, it is a temporary position. That's the reason it's a dangerous position, because we can still fall down from here, because it is artificial. The mind does not have anything that it can hold on to continue. There is no activity there. So the soul does not know what I have to do. And then, but once a yogi has gotten this asampragyata samadhi, he is already understood God is there, and he's receiving this happiness from the God. He will never fall down to the material world again. He'll never fall down. So today's so-called yoga practice, which involves various sense pleasures, is contradictory. A yogi, indulging in sex and intoxication is a mockery. Even those yogis who are attracted by the siddhis, perfections in the process of yoga, are not perfectly situated. If yogis are attracted by the byproducts of yoga, then they cannot attain the stage of perfection, as is stated in this verse. Persons, therefore, indulging in the make-show practice of gymnastic feats or siddhis should know that the aim of yoga is lost in that way. So what is the aim of yoga? Is to see the Paramatma in the heart. The Paramatma has a Vishnu form. So the aim of the yogi, the goal of the yogi, is to see the Paramatma in the heart. And once he sees that, he is not gonna fall down from this liberated situation. He's understood, I'm the soul, and there is the super soul in my heart. So Prabhupada is saying that there are now modern times, we have yogis, but they're not following anything of the yoga, and then they're still calling themselves yogis, and in that way misguiding others. So we should not do that. We should not, because yoga means complete celibacy, living in the forest, but we can't be like indulging in sex and intoxication and call ourselves yogi. And also, if my aim of yoga is that I want to get this yogic siddhis, the mystic powers, then that is also not the true goal of yoga, because the goal of yoga is samadhi on the Paramatma in the heart. So in the name of yoga, we should not misguide ourselves and misguide others. The best practice of yoga in this age is Krishna consciousness, which is not baffling. A Krishna conscious person is so happy in his occupation that he does not aspire after any other happiness. There are many impediments, especially in this age of hypocrisy, to practicing Hatha Yoga, Dhyan Yoga, and Gyan Yoga. But there is no such problem in executing Karma Yoga or Bhakti Yoga. So Srila Prabhupada is saying that the other processes are very difficult for us to actually follow, to achieve the perfection of life through the other processes. Is very difficult for us Kali Yuga people. We have no qualification. So the easiest, the fastest method is if we can engage in Krishna consciousness. Krishna consciousness, we can execute Karma Yoga or Bhakti Yoga. Karma Yoga means I like to do this, but I don't want the results. I want to give the results are for Krishna. And Bhakti Yoga is, I will do whatever Krishna wants me to do for the pleasure of Krishna. So this is easier. And we can achieve perfection. We can be situated in our original life just by doing this. And when we are engaging in this, then the devotee feels the perfect devotee, because he's already Krishna conscious, the pure devotee, he's already feeling the transcendental bliss. So he does not need anything else. As long as the material body exists, one has to meet the demands of the body, namely eating, sleeping, defending, and mating. But a person who is in pure bhakti yoga or Krishna consciousness does not arouse the senses while meeting the demands of the body. Rather, he accepts the bare necessities of life, making the best use of a bad bargain, and enjoys transcendental happiness in Krishna consciousness. So then a pure devotee is, then somebody might challenge, oh, so you don't need to eat, sleep, mate, or defend. Well, they won't mate, but maybe mating might be there also, pure devotees. Yes, they are grest pure devotees, but everything is done in Krishna consciousness. Everything is done in Krishna consciousness, not for sense gratification. He's already understood, I'm not the body, but I have to maintain this body. And so he does everything just for the maintenance of the body, not thinking that I'm enjoying by doing these activities. His enjoyment is coming in his connection to Krishna, in his Krishna consciousness. Bad use of a best use of a bad bargain. What is that? Best use of a bad bargain. We have a material body. That's a bad bargain. We find ourselves inside the material body. That's a bad bargain. We shouldn't be here, but we need to make the best use of it. Make the best use of it. So engage in Krishna consciousness. So the pure devotee is callous toward incidental occurrences such as accidents, disease, scarcity, and even the death of a most dear relative. But he's always alert to execute his duties in Krishna consciousness or bhakti yoga. Accidents never deviate him from his duty. As stated in the Bhagavad Gita, Agma Payino Nityastam Stitikshasva Bharata 2.14. He endures all such incidental occurrences because he knows that they come and go and do not affect his duties. In this way, he achieves the highest perfection in yoga practice. So he continues his duties in Krishna consciousness, hearing, chanting, remembering, worshipping. He continues his duties no matter what comes. Whatever comes his way, he tolerates, and continues his Krishna consciousness. And that's the reason, that's the way he attains the perfection, highest perfection. Because after he gives up the body, he goes back to be with Krishna, goes to the spiritual world, situated in his original position. Is that okay?
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you for listening and joining in. Bhagavad Gita ki jai, Shilpa Prabhupada ki jai, Gaur Bhakta Vrinda ki jai, Hare Krishna.